It's time for the final presentation. The Honorable Board of Judges will decide the best presentation team and the best presenters. But everything will be decided after watching this presentation. So, give a big hand for the team Pentagons led by Niduki Archana Devindi.
How's it going? Well, I'm not sure. You wanted to make the most toxic solution? You might give me a hand. Sodium? Is this sodium? Why are you using sodium? Because its reactivity is low. Are you sure? Yes, this will definitely work. Okay then. Wait a minute.
Very good morning, the impartial board of judges, parents, and my dear beloved students. Today, our preparation is to teach you to correct your mistakes. For that purpose, today we invite Mr. Nishit Kahagalar and Mr. Dinesh Ravihara, the two famous scientists who did the most popular experiment and went wrong. Good morning, Nishit. Good morning, Mr. Dinesh. So, we all know the one of experiments conducted by you went wrong with the huge explosion. So, actually, what caused this?
Yeah, it was my friend's idea. My fellow scientist, Mr. Dinesh Ravihara, he wanted to make the most toxic solution of all time. But unfortunately, he thought that the sodium metal, has a lower reactivity. He has forgotten the reactivity series. So therefore, he added a sodium solution called fluorine and added toxic and other chemicals, which made the whole lab explode.
Oh, I am very sorry to hear that. But anyway, thank God to survive both of you. Meanwhile, today we're gonna explain you about type of chemical reactions, including activity series. Without wasting time, let's start.
Oliver is a clever boy. In a certain school, Oliver has been the main attractive point when he enters the class. He is loved, respected, and beloved by each and everyone in the school. All the teachers, students, all of them respect Oliver. And he had no enemies in the class, except for one person. He was named as Tim. In this case, Tim always wanted to be same as Oliver. He wanted the attraction as same as Oliver. So he thought for a while. And then he thought of becoming a friend of Oliver. So with the time, he closely related to Oliver to become a best friend of Oliver. So now Tim and Oliver are best friends. But after some time, one interruption came in the middle of them. It was a person called Sam. So the friendship of Oliver and Tim was broken up by Sam, who was a third person, came across both Oliver and Tim. So in this case, Oliver had to select one person, and Oliver chose Sam, who was more kind-hearted than Tim. So Tim had to be alone for a long time, and this time Tim was displaced by Oliver to make Sam in that place, in that position. After a long time, Tim also found a friend called Rosie, and now Oliver and Tim are separated, and Oliver and Sam are one team, and Tim and Rosie are another team. Best friends forever. So now you might think why I chose this topic to enter my theme today. Displacement, decomposition, combination, friendship and all. But why? The reason is today our theme is changes that happen in matter. So, during our presentation, you will be able to get a clear identification and understanding about combination, decomposition, displacement and activity series as well. So, when talking about changes in matter, what do you call this matter? Of course, matter means things with a mass and occupy space. So, the changes that happen in matter can be divided into two parts as physical changes and chemical changes. So, physical changes, what happens simply is the physical state, that means solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. There are three states. So, in physical changes, the state of the substance is changed but no new substances are produced. But in chemical changes, the existing substance is changed into new substance to produce new substance as products. So basically, you have changes in matter divided into two parts as physical changes and chemical changes. Substances are changed into new substances in chemical changes, but states are changed only physical changes. So, for example guys, this is a candle and you see it's lighting up. So, when melting the wax especially, the state is changed. I mean, the physical state, that means the solid state of wax is changed into liquid state when it melts. So, that is basically a physical change. No new substances are produced, therefore it is a physical change. Chemical reaction as a result of reacting reactions in brief.
First, without going to any topic, I would like to ask you a question as how to make a cake. I think you all know to make a cake. Oh, you can see what the ingredients used for a cake. As examples, it will be the flour, eggs, and etc. Do you think flour, eggs, are they equal to each other? No, they are totally different from each other. They are totally different from each other. When we see the topic is first reaction, that is chemical combination reaction. Chemical combination reaction. Combination of elements and compounds from a new structure. What is that? When we are going to talk about chemical combination reaction, in that chemical reaction, element plus element equals a new compound. The elements are different from each other, totally different from each other. A different element, a different compound, a different element equals a different compound. That is known as a chemical combination reaction. Okay, let's go to activity 2C. Let's get an example like this. You know, these are not elements or compounds, but I am going to do an activity here. Here, this is an element. You can imagine this is an element, and as well as this also an element. Then, those two are totally different from each other. One element plus one element equals a different compound is comes. We can go through in science, magnesium plus oxide equals magnesium oxide. Like that, in the first reaction, chemical reaction can be described as like this. Chemical reaction, chemical combination reaction is making by element plus element, like this, or element plus compound, or compound plus compound. This is A. This is using in science by letters as A plus B equals C. In here, the most famous cartoon I like to tell you. The first Vimala plus Gale equals form a new family, Vimala and Gale. That is the first reaction we took, and let's move to the second reaction.
I would have chosen something like cream soda, Coca-Cola, Sprite, but I have chosen Red Bull. You all might know what Red Bull is. It is an energy drink. But do you know what Red Bull contains? Red Bull contains carbonated water and caffeinated water. You all know what carbonated water is. But do you know what caffeinated water is? Caffeine is a drug. So before that, I need to. So caffeinated water. Caffeine is a drug that you could take from coffee beans. And water, if you don't know what water is, then you aren't able. So caffeine plus water, it deforms caffeinated water. It breaks into simpler components and makes caffeine plus water. Just get this theory into your mind so that the point where I am going to go, you will clearly understand. So just get this theory into your mind. Caffeinated water deforms and makes simpler substances caffeine plus water. Caffeinated water deforms caffeine plus water. Chemical decomposition reaction. First, let's talk about the formula. A deforms A plus B. Just apply that example that I just told you To this formula, caffeinated water deforms caffeine plus water. AB deforms A plus B. Just this is just a simple decomposition reaction. Just when you read the definition, this is the definition that I made in my own, and you don't need to by heart definitions for these reactions, and you could make your own reaction if you have some kind of theory like the caffeine theory that I just quote. Just don't by heart. I will just explain you the definition. Formation of other simpler substances by compounds or elements of compounds and compounds. It forms by deform. AB deforms A plus B. So therefore, now let's talk about some real examples. Not something like caffeinated water deforms caffeine plus water. Just remember that and just apply that example to this real example. 2 magnesium oxide deforms 2 Mg plus oxygen. 2 magnesium oxide deforms 2 magnesium plus oxygen. That's one example. Now let's go to the next example, which is quite simpler than the last one. Carbon dioxide. You know, CO2 is carbon dioxide. How is it deformed? Carbon dioxide. Just apply that formula or the theory to something like this, to a real example. AB, carbon dioxide is a deforms A plus B, carbon plus oxygen. CO2 deforms C plus O, carbon plus oxygen. That's the simplest way that I could explain you about the decomposition reactions. Hope you got some kind of idea. Hope that theory is in your mind. If some kind of theory is in your mind, not only decomposition reactions, other reactions also, you could simply understand anything. So I should remind you one thing, that the next reaction is something more fun. So I invite my dear friends to explain it.
So next thing is about single displacement reactions. So first, let me introduce you what single displacement reactions are. Single displacement reactions, as I told earlier, displacing one to place someone in that place. So simply, the definition can be given as the reactions in which an element displaces another element or a compound by occupying its place and forming another new compound. So the common equation as usual is AB plus C forms AC plus B. Here we can assume that AB is one family and C is just single person. So AB family is broken up by C person and B is getting divorced and A is then again joining with C to form the new family. So here you can see Borulugoda and Vimala is one family and Galpatha is a separate person. But now what happens? Vimala refuses Borulugoda. So Vimala wants to marry Galpatha. Therefore Vimala marries Galpatha and Borulugoda is left. So in this story AB plus C forms AC plus B. Here A can be taken as an anion and B can be taken as a cation. Anion means a negative ion, while cation means a positive ion. So C also can be taken as a cation, which is a positive ion. So positive negative combining AB plus C forms AC plus B. So you can easily remember this Borulugoda's Galpatha story to keep in mind about single displacement reactions as well. So you can see element is displaced by another element compound to form another new substance. A plus BC forms AC plus B. For example, we can take in our real life, copper sulfate CuSO4 plus zinc form zinc sulfate by displacing copper. But if I say, if there was zinc sulfate and copper is displacing, can copper displace zinc? No. The reason you will get to know a little later, because it depends on the activity series. The arrangement of elements that are in the activity series is depending on those reactions. Therefore, you have to keep in mind that copper sulfate plus zinc sulfate is made formed because zinc can displace copper, but copper cannot displace zinc because copper is lower reactive than zinc in the activity series. And second example, magnesium plus hydrochloric acid, that is Mg plus 2HCl forming magnesium chloride plus hydrogen gas. So that's all about single displacement reactions.
Galvanized one and this is ungalvanized one. Because of galvanizing is using copper and silver. Because of this galvanizing iron, it's not rusty, but this is rusty because of water vapor and water oxygen react with this. It means when it galvanizes, it's not rusty.
obtained by the arrangement of the metal in the descending order of the reactor is called activity series. So let's see the uses of activity series. When storing metals, sodium, potassium, calcium are some of the examples. They are highly reactive metals. They can store kerosene or paraffin. After that, when we go to prevent corrosion, it helps to prevent corrosion. Zinc and magnesium are examples for that. You all know what is corrosion means. Forming a red color structure on the metal or surface. So zinc and magnesium prevent from corrosion. After that, it helps to cells to make electrochemical cells. So you can see this clearly. I think this is the process of electrolysis. We are using here nitrate and sodium as a solution. So this is active series. Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver and gold. So we have made a small song for you to remember the activity series. So let's do it.
Just for comparison, common sense jumping them. It's not really a method. Zinc, hydrogen, and lead, hydrogen, and copper, and silver, gold, and platinum. So my friends, just on the rise, I bid you a goodbye. Just remember this song and learn to sing along. I guarantee that you will pass the exam. Potassium, sodium and calcium, yeah, magnesium and aluminium. Just for comparison, common sense jumping them. It's not really a metal. Zinc, iron, tin and lead, hydrogen and copper, and silver, gold and platinum. One more time now. First up, potassium, sodium and calcium, yeah, magnesium and aluminium. Just for comparison, common sense jumping them. It's not really a metal. Zinc, iron, tin and lead, hydrogen and copper, and silver, gold and platinum.
Hope you children, you all enjoy the song. And I think you all have received a leaflet with you. So join with me to repeat this. Firstly, we talk about chemical changes. Chemical changes are mainly divided into two types: physical changes and chemical changes. Chemical changes also they are mainly divided into four types called chemical decomposition reaction AB equal A plus B. Chemical combination reaction A plus B equal C. And single displacement reaction AB plus C for AC plus B. And at last, chemical reaction is double displacement reaction. It means AB plus CD for AD plus CB. And at last, we discussed about activity series and its uses.
As we started, all in all, today you got a clear understanding about everything.
Yes. Our whole lab is good because I thought sodium has a low reactivity. So keep in mind our activity series and our presentation.
Remember where you went wrong.
Hope you all enjoyed. Remember the activity series. Remember all the reactions. Apply those theories, and we all told you enjoy.